What can anyone do about Putin? With me now, Congresswoman Jackie Speier. Good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
Do you believe Vladimir Putin's in panic mode?
Well, he's never going to show it if he is. I mean, he is a great poker player. But I do think that the sanctions that the United States has imposed is creating angst by the oligarchs that are there, that surround him. And, you know, it all comes down to money in the end, and I think they're starting to feel the pain.
Senator Lindsey Graham told me the Russian people, not just the rich Russian people, but the Russian people have to feel pain for Putin to bend. Do you agree?
Well, I think that Putin is going to try and find a way to massage this issue so he doesn't look like he is retracting. And he is, you know, famous for, you know, good defense being a strong offense. So we're not going to see him do any mea culpas to speak of.
Well, in spite of Brian Todd's package, his story, Putin does seem to be blowing off the world. Russian troops are still amassed near the Ukrainian border. Russia is still supplying weapons to the rebels. He just doesn't seem to care.
Well, I think he cares when he starts looking at his bank account. The EU is poised now to consider whether or not they will take action to impose sanctions as well. Now, in the EU, they have to make them unanimous, so that's a pretty heavy lift. But if they move forward, and that would be a major step, then you're going to see, I think, great consternation. I mean, this is a very explosive situation there, and it does appear that the Russian separatists have escalated their attacks since the Malaysian aircraft was downed, not actually decreased them.
Well, you mentioned the EU, and here's the thing about that. Russia supplies 24% of Europe's natural gas, 30% of its oil. 50% of Europe's gas travels through pipes in Ukraine. And you know what happens if the price of energy spikes. So how can the United States convince Europe to impose truly painful sanctions on Russia?
So I think the way sanctions would be imposed would not be in the energy realm, but more in the financial area, relative to the money that they have in banks in England and debt and like. So it's not going to be, I think, relative to energy. And you've also got France offering to sell weaponry to them as well. So it is a dance. It's a very delicate dance.
Congresswoman Jackie Speier, thanks so much. I appreciate it.